Hi everyone, Joella here. Don't forget to like and subscribe down at the bottom. So today is August 9th. Yes, August 9th, 2023. The day after Lionsgate's portal. Yes, 8/8 portal was yesterday. Still feeling the effects of it like crazy. I don't know where to start with all that. It's so intense with everything. So today is Wednesday, 1:13 p.m. I know, right? I love that number. So I'm somewhere in Virginia on my way to Pennsylvania. I'm going to Long Pond, Pennsylvania for the Elements show. I wasn't going to be doing any shows before moving, but of course bills are coming up, so I wanted to get one show in so I could get caught up and stay maintained. Still haven't found a place to live yet. I know. So telling me it's frustrating moving and trying to find a place and where you think is going to be a good fit, because the first place that I loved and they didn't like my application enough. So I got to keep looking. Right now I'm putting all my things in storage, which is best for me because I travel so much and it has electric and everything. So I'm going to set up my studio in storage. I know, right? It's going to be fun though. I'm excited. Totally different kind of effect in life. Hopefully I'll have enough lighting. We'll see. I want to get all my stuff moved out in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Probably end up being 3 weeks since I'm working this weekend, But, life has been very interesting. I say the last 2 shows I've done have been in PA. And then I want to say the last 3 or 4, maybe even 5 shows have taken me through PA. So, earlier this year, driving back through after one of those shows was my niece's birthday. Stopped there. My sister and I reunited, and it's been amazing ever since. It's intense. I mean, we've been texting every day, so we're in constant communication, which is amazing, It's what I always wanted, but, it's a lot to take in. Plans. Can I really go through with plans? The universe keeps saying yes, keep moving forward, keep doing what I'm doing, rewards will come. So I have faith in the universe that this is how things are supposed to be. Because anything else that I've tried always came up with bumps in places and things. Not obstacles so much that I would imply, but that the surrounding circumstance would imply more than once. So that in itself kind of made things different in every aspect. So moving forward, spending time with my sister, we're now being able to see, we now together as a more collective thought, how the circles and patterns work, and being able to have those discussions and feeling the joyous breakthroughs with that, universe, how do I put this together? So, there's so many, you have generations, each generation recycles a pattern, and because we're raised by the parent or the grandparent or the relative, and they're all going to have similar values of those patterns because it's in their it's in their genes. I don't remember how to describe it technically right now, just kind of going through. went through meditation processes, being to have a better retrospect of details without being consumed with the emotional attachment of that timeline. Because we're multidimensional beings. We've been through many timelines. We've been through many different types of lives. Some are easier to connect to because, we're now in our human bodies and our human lives. If we recall other lives, sometimes it's a little harder to connect because you're not. But you can feel the energy connection. It's harder to put that into human words. Yeah, I guess that's how I try to say that. If that makes any sense to you at all, I don't know. The universe. So, a couple other things with Lionsgate Portal. I've noticed as it was coming up a few days before, many of my beautiful goddess sisters we're all going through these different struggles, these different emotional things. I went through one too, but I can't recollect it right now because I'm feeling more of the collective energy. And it was I want to say at least 3, if not 5, that I had conversation with. It's subtype. They were going through all these releasings, all these emotions, seeing a lot of it with a few others that I never fully interacted with. But when people reach out at this time with social media, the kind of collective is very similar. My sister, her throat was having an issue, my throat was having an issue, but we're not in the same area, but for different reasons. But is it this spiritual connection? Just trying to understand. It's so much fun to sit there and process these interesting concepts over other things in life, And if you can feel and understand what I'm talking about, blessings, my love. Yeah, I have to stay focused on driving. Can't always look at you. It's crazy because I'm going over the speed limit for sure, but everyone else is still passing me. I don't know. I guess my grace, their grace is different. Yeah. I just can't bring myself to go faster than what I am. I keep it on cruise control and I'm dude. So it's so much easier to stay connected to spirit while driving. So just have it on the cruise. And see all the beautiful clouds and everything. It's just, can't help but smile today. I don't know. Getting together, getting my food together. Still need to stop at the store and get some beets and ginger. Yeah, I got a good amount of celery, which I'm excited about. So usually don't have the celery, but I definitely need to get more carrots. Need the big bag. Yeah. I wish I still had my big wheels on my hand cart that I use for my massage table, but I think I only have the smaller one in the car. I don't know. I have to look for that. Check it out. I do want to get a wagon. Oh. Need one for travel. was it Bonnaroo? They were everywhere. They were at Peach too, but more so moving around with them, having conversations with people, trying to figure out which kind. And the best kind of wagon that I saw at the show overall was like the metal-based one that collapsed. That was the most popular one that I saw everybody using. I think that's the most sturdy one. This one I need to look for. Yeah, I wanted to use it for the next 2 shows, but I canceled those because of the whole moving thing. It's so overwhelming. I was supposed to be on tour for another straight month or 2, but when I didn't get the apartment, you know, it just, I was like, okay, universe, where am I supposed to go now? Like, that didn't pan out. I know you have something better for me, but I hope you have it show up soon because I'm really running out of time. So let me go to work so I can keep flow and processing. But I was starting to do really good with the whole moving thing. I'll have to post a couple pictures. I took a couple pictures of the storage unit before I left, but I don't know if I'll have time to post because I still haven't posted about the amazing weekend with my sister when we got to finally work together and everything fell in sync and everything made sense. It was so beautiful. Like, we worked so well together. I loved it. It was awesome. You know, learning how to, like, if I start a sentence or something and as she, like, gets into it, then I can, like, pull back and, like, yeah, because we can finish each other's sentences and concepts, and she was picking up what I was throwing down really good. So it was sweet. And I didn't have to do, like, any direct much, which was really interesting. Because I have to say, in management, training other people, sometimes you really have to, like, bite your tongue. Like, you know, as simple as you might think something is, it could be really complicated for somebody else. I've noticed that, like, all over the place, all different companies I work for, and then someone else could say something to you and you're like, huh? And you're like, how? Okay, brain, put it together so we can do this job. You know, it just depends on what you're doing or where you are. But yeah, you have to have a lot of extra time and patience when you're co-working and cohabitating. I really love understanding people's personal bubbles. This phrasing that we have nowadays about boundaries, yeah, I understand boundaries. I want to find a better word for it because I feel like it's kind of getting overused. Like, the initial intention behind it is good. Like, it's really important, you know. But I see people use it to throw up their wall a lot easier. And that's not so good. Because, like, then you're not dealing with the situation. And it was, like, one of the biggest things I feel that I've been learning over this past month in reconnection with my sister is really learning how to let the flow. No matter what it is. Not having any attachment to it. Like, this whole moving process to me. I mean, yeah, it gets overwhelming. Easy. But, still gotta, it's not so much push through, but understand it's just an experience, and it's time to move forward through to the next things, you know? Oh, I'm hitting bumper to bumper traffic right now. I know. So, Basil, help me calm down a little bit. It really does. Yeah, I wish I had gotten a mint plant. I was so sad. Oh my gosh. So yeah, to catch you up, because I said I did so many shows. So, I think it was 4 weeks ago. I did the show in New York, like in the Long Island area. The Great Bay Music Festival is closer to. You could see Fire Island from it. I can't remember. Chesapeake, I think is where it was exactly. I don't know. I was still learning about all the island beaches and stuff. I think I went to like 4 or 5 of them. I think Tobay was my favorite one. Because it was awesome. I got there. It was still raining a little bit. So everything was shut down. So I just sat in the car. And then it stopped raining. Nobody was there. Gates were still open. Sun was still up. So I went to have myself some fun at the beach. Because after it stopped raining, I watched everybody leave. So there was no attendance or anything. There were no stores open. It was just me and nature. And oh my gosh, this beach, it looked like a nature reserve. Like, it was so beautiful with all the birds and everything. Yeah, I did some videos on it. I'll probably show a couple shorts on it here and there. I know I uploaded a short recently, but I think that was just the ocean part on the other side of Long Island, of where I was. I forgot the name of that beach. It was fun. I had a restaurant, a lot of social stuff. Oh, it was crazy because, like, one of the first things that happened when I go to the bathroom, right, I set my phone down, on the toilet paper roll thing, right, and there's a black clutch. I'm like, what the So, yeah, I got something in my eye. Sorry. Anyway, so I was like, what the? So after I was done going to the bathroom, I was like, I asked to talk to the manager, and then the girl just told the manager, and then the girl that I initially asked, the waitress, she ended up being the one taking it, and da-da-da. And then it was interesting too, because after I was leaving, there was a lady sitting on the bench, and we said hello to each other, and then I mentioned the clutch, and she's like, oh, what was the name on it? And I was like trying to remember, because I only looked at it briefly before the lady took it away. So I told her, and she's like, yeah, because my husband's a DJ, he can make an announcement. And I'm like, oh wow, okay, cool. So it was like this whole little domino effect that happened with it. It was like a nice little thing to be a part of, in the way it unfolded, or maybe you don't, but I'm really excited about it. I thought it was pretty cool. I love those kind of little synchronicities kind of things. Yeah. But I think traffic is starting to finally pick up a little bit. Yay! Another bite of basil. Yeah, excuse me for green in my teeth. Oh, I spoke too soon. Anyway. So, yeah, I'm just driving to Long Pond, Pennsylvania for Elements. I'm so excited to do this show because I hear that each stage is going to be a different element, and I'll be working with a different vendors. Well, I worked with them a while back. What show was that? I forget where it was. That was a while ago. Yeah, it's nice to work for different vendors every once in a while. A lot of the people that work for different people, they work for the same people. Like, and depending on where you want to travel is who you work for, I guess you would say. Because some people do shows in California, and I really want to do shows in California next year. It was easier to do these shows this year because I was more familiar with them. But I'm definitely putting myself out there next year for Arizona and California and Oregon and all of that side. And then stay out there for a while, I think is what I really would love to do. I just have to find the right living situation for my son. Yeah. I think my stuff will be good in the storage unit that I'm setting up because I like the way it's designed. It's like 2 units together and there's a little opening and they both have electrical, so I can set up my refrigerator on one and my sewing machine on the other. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. Definitely. A little more beads, a little. Oh, I'm laughing because this traffic. I just have to like keep my spirits up, you know? Yeah, I'd be listening to music if I wasn't talking to you. But it's all good. I know I haven't made a video in a while. And it's nice updating and having the timeline. And I've missed making videos, I have to say. I've just, I got so wrapped up in the whole work circuit that I forgot to do not that I forgot, I just didn't make time for my daily videos anymore because I felt like when I first started doing shows that I was so rushed from one show to the next that I didn't have time to breathe hardly. And, you know, my body started rejecting that after a while. And that's when I really had to start looking at things. Because I did 3 shows back to back. They were all amazing shows and they were all totally different. So I loved the experience of the shows. But the fact that my body was like, no, you're overdoing it. I don't like this. You know, it really made me think, oh, is this the regular life for me? And, you know, it came back with me doing a show with my sister. So I found that really interesting in itself. It was like, okay, so it can be the regular life for me, but I have to have the right people to be doing it with. And, you know, slowly I've been meeting a few people here and there that I want to, you know, build something with. So we'll see how things go. It's a lot of interesting reflection on goals and aspirations. Like, for example, manifestations. I'm manifesting. Like 8-8, you know, Lionsgate portal. That was like the best day to manifest, you know. And to really put your intentions towards what you desire and what you want. And all these things. And I was like, sweet. So I utilized it. I had very good intentions with it. See what I do again with it tonight. Yeah, it's a little hard to do different rituals or prayers or things while traveling when you're on a schedule to get there. The sooner I get there, the sooner I get my pass. The sooner I get my pass, the sooner I can set up my campsite and relax. So I'm on a mission. That's why I just gotta keep driving and not stop. Yeah, because my body likes to, after each show, take a few days to slowly process from one to the other. But when you got like 3 or 4 shows back to back to back to back, and then there's only enough days in between the shows from setting up to breaking down from one to the other to drive from one to the other, it gets intense. And when I was doing all those shows, I had a co-worker riding with me. So me not having my personal space is kind of why I stopped doing videos. Because, you know, I'm going to be able to just be me and not worry about them giving me a look or anything, you know? So that's kind of another reason why I had stopped doing the videos for a while. I was like, didn't realize how much having a travel companion would hinge on my personal growth and alignment in things and healing. Like, see how fluid my sister and I work together shows me that, yeah, we could travel together and still be able to do each other's videos and stuff, because we're both working at being influencers. It's, you know, our desire to share the benefits of things we learn throughout our lives. I mean, that's basically what an influencer is, right? Sharing the benefits of the things you learn. You know, and also sharing the mistakes that you've made, so maybe someone would think, oh, okay, well, let me see if I can, like, make it better. Or not do that. Or have that insight to know that, well, okay, this could happen. Yeah, I like that. You know, I think that's cool. Being able to share those experiences with other people. Oh, the clouds are amazing today. My foot is freezing on the AC. Yeah, with the cruise control, I keep 1 foot up and 1 foot down, or 2 feet up. Because otherwise, if I keep my legs straight all the time, they get jittery, and that's not good on the gas pedal brake. So, yeah, cruise control. And I've also noticed that if I'm always using my right foot to accelerate, it tends to flare up after a while. So if you've ever had like a strange pain in your right leg and you're unsure why, it might be because you're driving and the way you sit in your car. Or the yeah. That's why I have pillows in my car for under my butt, behind my back. Because for short people like me, small people like me, and they don't make the seats to the cars to fit us. They don't. So that's why I like to have the extra lumbar pillow behind me, so it's a little more comfortable to drive. And that's why I always wear my waist support, back support thingy while driving. So it doesn't bother me as much. Just little things and tips and stuff about long distance driving. And when I travel by myself, I keep the cooler in the front seat so I can always reach in and grab whatever I need or put it back. I find it works a lot better. And if you are going to do long distance traveling, take your time to research the cooler that you want. Like, I really enjoy the cooler that I have. It works well for me. Right? You might want a more industrial one. And going to shows and stuff, there's been a lot of controversy about which one's better. So I really wouldn't be able to recommend one over the other at this point. I want to do a little more research on the coolers myself. But the cooler that I got is a 4-day cooler. So if it's in the right environment, it will keep ice for 4 days. But if the environment's too hot, it won't. I know with some of the other coolers, they're supposed to be able to stay cold in desert terrain. I haven't purchased one of those yet or used one of those yet to be able to critique them. But I do enjoy mine for the most part. As long as I take care of it and maintain it, it works well for me. Also, a couple tips I learned is if you put your food items like in a bag, like a trash bag, in the cooler, and then freeze your drinks so they're like blocks of ice, you know, and put those in a bag in the cooler. And then if you're gonna have ice, put it in a bag in the cooler. What this does is it insulates all the colds just a little bit more, so they last longer, like all of them. individually, yeah, it keeps the whole thing cold longer. It's the same principle of like freezer blocks. So if you have all the cold stuff backed up into one bag, you might have 4 bags in your cooler, but you'll know what each bag is. And the ones that are like, because what I do is I freeze about 4 or 5 drinks, and then 3 of them I wrap with the ice really tight, and I keep those in one bag, and I won't touch those till the last days that I need them, and then the other set I put with like a little bit more ice, but not as much. And then once those start defrosting, I start using them. But then I'll replace it with more ice, and I'll keep the ice in the bag. I might open one bag and let it go all over the cooler, but then I'll keep a bag in itself and never drain the water until you're done. And that's why I like to keep all the fruits and vegetables in their own bag, so that way they don't get wet from the water when the ice melts. Another thing. And so they stay fresher longer that way. And make sure you properly layer your cooler when you put your things in it. So always put like the stuff at the bottom that doesn't matter if it gets wet. Like it's not going to leak in. Just little things to remember. Okay, so now I am rambling a little bit. And I think I'm going to eat some chips or something. So I'm going to let you go. So I don't have my glasses on since I'm driving. Remember, I love you. And I love me. And you love you. And I'll take care of me. And you take care of you. And we'll be good. You have an amazing grand rising. You beautiful souls. It's gorgeous out there. Enjoy it. Yes, so gorgeous.